call this meeting to order. Tuesday, August 16th, 2022, 7 p.m. City of Somerton regular council meeting. Can we please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Gerardo Anaya.
Present.
Vice Mayor Miguel Villalpando.
Present.
Member Luis Galindo.
Present.
Council Member Jesus Roldan.
Present.
Council Member Martha Garcia.
Present.
Council Member Juan Castillo.
Present.
Council Member Lorena Sendejas.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. We're gonna move on to call to the public. Anybody from the public wishing to address council? There's no one. We're gonna go into oath and swear on ceremony. Oath and swear on, swear in. Yeah, swearing ceremony to Captain Joseph Jenkins, Officer J. Haney, and Officer Luis Rojas of the Somerton Police Department to be officiated by Honorable Judge Manuel Guerrero.
Well, thank you, Honorable Mayor and honorable members of council. Today is a special day, especially for me. I kidnapped your judge. But no, he called me and he asked me if I could swear in the new officers. He was indisposed. Gladly, he hadn't finished, so I said, yes, of course. I'm from Somerton and no greater pleasure than to swear your own officers. And before I do that, there's a couple of things I want to address. You, Captain Jenkins, we go back way back. We work together as officers, and I think that Somerton is gaining a very valuable asset. And now we're going to give an example. Along to your troops. So I'm very, very glad and very proud of where you're at. For those officers that are being sworn today, remember, your badge is only so big. Don't hide behind. Remember who you are. Remember you have family members as well. You represent. Today you're going to be sworn in as peace officers and get your commission in the state of here. Remember who you are and who you represent. You represent this community is humble, very humane. They will respect you if you earn that respect. You have great leadership behind you. Every day is going to be different. Always remember that your responsibility is to go home at the end of the shift. Don't forget to duck and keep your powder dry. Are you ready to be commissioned? I will start with Captain Jenkins. Well, you can face it. Why don't we face the council? How's that? Raise your right hand, please. I, Joseph Jenkins.
I, Joseph Jenkins,
Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution
and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Arizona.
and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Arizona.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith to the same.
And defend them against enemies, foreign and domestic.
And protect them against enemies, foreign and domestic.
And that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
That I will faithfully and impartially discharge
the duties of peace officer to the best of my ability. So
the duties of peace officer
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Okay. So, Captain, does he get this back?
Chief.
See, that's why I didn't want to be up here. You know, the chief has to sign this commission as well. She didn't want to sign it because I don't want the attention. Well, now you have it. Sorry about that, Chief. How are you dinner? All right, Officer Luis Rojas. Please step forward. Are you ready to take your oath? Raise your hand. I, Luis Rojas, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and defend them against enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of peace officer to the best of my ability. So help me God. Signature. Chief. Thank you. Last but not least, today is Haney. Therefore, please be ready to be sworn in. You know, Officer Cheney came into the office to sign a warrant with one of the officers for Somerton PD, and the first look I took, I looked at him and I said, "Are you old enough?" They're getting younger every day. Congratulations. Thank you. I, Jay Haney, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona.
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona.
I will bear true faith
That I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and defend them against enemies,
and against enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of peace officer. Discharge the duties of a peace officer.
Discharge the duties of a peace officer
To the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Chief, congratulations. You have 3 sworn officers.
On behalf of City Council and the City of Somerton residents, I want to thank you and welcome you to the City of Somerton. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. If the family wants to take pictures, we can, either with council, but usually also the families here, and we can get out of the way too.
But I thought they wanted to do it by themselves.
Yeah, they can do that.
Oh, they want to say something.
We have an item, in a public hearing. It's a public hearing related to minor general plan amendment case PLN 22-00008 and rezoning case PLN 22-00009. A set of concurrent requests by Core Engineering Group on behalf of. Yeah. Can I just read it and then enter into public hearing? Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
you. Okay.
For legal, we have to go into public hearing first, right? Make a motion.
Okay.
Motion for a public hearing.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to go into public hearing.
Second.
So motion by Vice Mayor Villalpando, second by Councilwoman Sendejas. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So now I'm going to read the item. Okay. Public hearing related to minor general plan amendment case PLN 22-00008 and rezoning case PLN 22-00009. A set of concurrent requests by Core Engineering Group PLLC on behalf of Cocopah Indian Tribe to allow the development of an RV park to be located at parcel number 185-35-004, a 17.24 acre parcel generally located in the southeast corner of Jefferson Street and E.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. This is the required
public hearing related to zoning cases PLN 2208 and PLN 2209. The set of a minor general plan amendment and a concurrent rezoning. Would the council please allow me some time so that I can get control of the presentation that I've prepared for you? Thank you. Is IT present? I just wanted to control the PowerPoint. No, but the screen, the other one. The one that Andrea usually goes through. Yes. Thank you. This should work. Mayor and Council, I prepared this presentation to go over the request by Core Engineering Group on behalf of the Cocopah Indian Tribe for the minor general plan land use amendment and concurrent rezoning of APN 1953504 to allow the development of an RV park at the subject location. This is the subject location. It's generally located on the southeast corner of Jefferson Street and Avenue E. It's a 17.24 acre parcel. It's currently vacant. So the tribe is proposing a new manufactured home / RV vehicle park at this location. The current zoning is suburban ranch R16 and R2. And the tribe is seeking a rezoning to recreational vehicle park zoning. This is just another location map for reference. This whole thing is the parcel. The parcel, as I just mentioned, currently has 3 zoning districts. So this rezoning would actually consolidate the zoning of the parcel into just the one manufactured home / recreational vehicle park. Mayor and Council, this is a pretty straightforward rezoning. Just a couple of important points that I want to point out during the public hearing. Point number 1 is that because of the size of the parcel, 17.24 acres, this did require a minor general plan amendment, which is the reason there is a concurrent one being processed. And the second one too is that the parcel is partially inside of the MCAS high noise and accident potential zone, meaning that there will be some development restrictions on this property as requested by MCAS. I don't know if you can see this, but this line here on the map shows the boundary of the portion of the parcel that is inside of the high noise and accident potential zone. Actually, most of it is inside of it, and the area that is not. All of the development that is being proposed at this point is located on 5.46 acres that are outside of the high noise and accident potential zone. What does that look like, the 5.46 acres? This is what the preliminary layout that was submitted by the applicant. Entirely located on the northern 5.46 acres. It shows 60 spaces for RVs, private streets and circulations within the development, and it will be accessible off of Jefferson Street. So right off of the golf course, Jefferson Street, that'll be the main entrance into this development. Staff has also been in conversations with the applicant, and the potential secondary exit through the parcel and into Victoria Lane to the south has also been discussed. However, as part of this rezoning, we are not approving this layout. This is not the final layout. This is not what it's going to end up looking in the end. It'll be close, probably, but right now we are just laying the first step, the rezoning and minor general plan amendment for a future approval of this project. Are there any questions from the council for staff?
Any questions or comments?
Mayor, the applicant is also here. If you have any questions for the applicant, they are available.
And this is a public hearing. Any member from the public have any comments? No. Is there a motion to exit public hearing? A motion by Councilwoman Gonzalez, second by Councilman Castillo. In favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And move on to new business. Discussion and possible action to approve minor general plan amendment case PLN 22-00008 and rezoning case PLN 22-00009, a set of concurrent requests by Core Engineering Group PLLC on behalf of the Cocopah Indian Tribe to allow development of an RV park to be located at APN 185-35004, a 17.24 acre parcel generally located on the southeast corner of Jefferson Street and Avenue E.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Moving on from the public hearing, this is the action item to potentially approve both of the rezoning, the minor general plan amendment and the rezoning case that I just discussed in the public hearing. So if there are no further questions for staff would like to recommend the following points. Staff recommends that the City Council approve General Plan Amendment Case PLN 22-08 with conditions. The conditions of approval are listed in Exhibit A. Staff would also like to recommend that the Somerton City Council approve rezoning case PLN 22-009 with conditions. Conditions of approval for this one are also listed in Exhibit A. Below are staff's recommended motions for council. And if you would like, I can go over the conditions of approval that I am referencing.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and Council, this is Exhibit A. These are the conditions of approval that we are recommending to be adopted with the potential approval of this rezoning. Number 1 and 2 are standard conditions that we place on every zoning case that comes before you. Number 3 is a little bit specific to this site, and it says the owner/developer shall apply for and successfully complete a site plan review for the RV park as described in section 6.12 of the Somerton zoning ordinance prior to submitting construction plans for review. As I mentioned, this is a multi-step process. The rezoning is the first step. The next step would be for a site plan review. A site plan review is right before they submit their final plans for construction. It's for us to, for them to submit a site plan and for us to issue formal comments for revision. This will include open space, circulation, lot sizes, amenities, landscaping, perimeter fencing, potentially even utility connections maybe will be discussed at that stage, but it's not required for every project, but the more complex ones are required to undergo a site plan review before they submit construction plans. So we are recommending that they be required one. Condition number 3. Condition number 4, the owner/developer shall apply for and successfully complete the lot split of APN 1953504 into parcel 1 and parcel 2 as generally described in the staff report and as determined during the site plan review process. The rest of this read that they had to do the lot split before we brought this before your approval. The reason we staff is recommending that we strike this out is because this would add quite a few months to the review process, and just to get things moving, and because staff believes we can identify all the issues during the site plan review. Staff is asking tonight for you to approve this striking out of the portion of that condition that was approved by the Planning and Zoning Commission last month. Condition number 5 is all future development on parcel 2, which is to be located entirely within the high noise and accident potential zone of MCAS Yuba, shall obtain an affirmative determination of compliance from MCA prior to development. There is that portion which is inside of the high noise and accident potential zone. So for any future development, the owner or developer would have to obtain the green light from MCAS before submitting anything to us for review. Condition number 6, parcel 2 shall have the ability to revert back to its original zoning, suburban ranch, and R16 if requested in writing by the property owner. So in the event that they cannot get a positive determination by MCAS, the parcel would have the ability to revert back to its current zoning if requested in writing by the owner. This is a condition that has been applied to a couple of zoning cases already, and we believe it offers a degree of flexibility, and most people seem to really like that option. So it's been included in this report and these conditions as well. Condition number 7, the owner developer shall submit to the City of Somerton for review a complete building permit submittal package and improvement plans within 2 calendar years of the approval of the rezoning / land use amendment by the Somerton City Council. So they would have 2 years to complete both the site plan review and submit building permit plans from the date of approval of the rezoning. Condition number 8, the owner / developer shall conduct a traffic impact study for the development of the RV park as required by the city adopted Yuma County Public Works standards. This is a standard condition as well for all projects beyond a certain size, and this one falls into the threshold that would be required a traffic impact study. Those are all the conditions, Mayor and Council. And this is staff's recommended motion if there are no questions.
Any questions or comments? So here, are we asking for 2 separate motions or just one? There's 2 suggested.
Mayor, there are 2 motions that we are requesting tonight. The first motion is to approve the general plan amendment case with conditions. And after that is approved, we are asking for you to approve the rezoning case. And these are the motions right here.
Okay, is there a motion?
So moved, Mayor.
Motion by Councilman Roldan,
Second, Mayor.
second by Councilman Galindo. Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve rezoning case PLN 220009 with conditions listed in Exhibit A?
So moved, Mayor.
So motion by Councilman Roldan,
Second, Mayor.
second by Councilman Galindo. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor, Council.
There's item number 2, discussion and possible action to approve first reading by title only of ordinance number 2022-004, an ordinance of the City of Somerton, amending ordinance number 2015-002 and rezoning certain areas in the City of real property described herein as parcel number 195-35004, a 17.26 acre parcel, more or less, more particularly described in Exhibit A, from suburban ranch R1 to R2 manufactured home recreational vehicle park.
Mayor and Council, thank you. This is the required first reading of the ordinance in order to formalize the approval of the rezoning case. So staff is asking for this motion to be approved, for the first reading of this ordinance by title only to be approved.
Is Is there a motion? There's a motion by Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Sendejas. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. So, read it.
Mayor, it is my pleasure to read ordinance number 2022-004, an ordinance of the City of Somerton, Arizona, amending ordinance number 2015-002, and rezoning certain areas in the city for real property described herein as APN 195350004, a 17.26 acre parcel more or less, and more particularly described on Exhibit A. Attached here to Suburban Ranch, from Suburban Ranch R16 and R22 manufactured home / recreational vehicle park. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council.
Another motion now? No? That's it.
It's already done.
Okay. Item number 3, discussion and possible action to approve contract with Nicholas Engineering for design of Joe Munoz Skate Park in the amount of $32,070.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. We entered into a contract with Nicholas Engineering for the purpose of designing the skate park located at 245 Fern Street. And the original contract that we had with them was for the design that we started, and it was for site investigation, for the topo, for the design, and for this project. At the same time, we had an outreach program where we were reaching out to the community and the skaters to see what they really wanted for the skate park. And they were really leaning towards something other than ramps. So it was decided that we move in the direction into putting a bowl in instead of just ramps. So we did an addendum to this contract, addendum 1, which we had Nicholas design us a bowl, which, keep in mind, is like 4 foot taller than the original skate park, and the site got much larger. And I'll go back. The original contract amount was $13,565. In this second amendment that we had, that they gave us, that the quote was, the dollar amount was $15,260 for that. So that added onto the contract. So once that was done, there was another addendum because we needed stairs to get up to the bowl area. And then we decided to do away with all the manufactured ramps, which were wood, and they brought in and they were bolted down. So we decided to go with more concrete ramps that will fit right into the design of the skate park as we were pouring it. So they're more durable and longevity. So, and then also we put in a couple of, they're 8 foot long ramps. And then it included the concrete slab on top to the skate park, the steps. So that was in the amount of $3,245. Well, this put us in over the $30,000, which the council has to approve anything over $30,000. So that's why we're here, to have the council approve the whole project, which is in the amount of $32,070. And we still owe the $32,245, which will come out of contingency line item from last year's budget to cover. We had some extra money in there, and that's where we're going to pull it from. So tonight, by policy, you have to approve this total amount of $32,070, and that's what we're asking for tonight, so we can clean this up.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Vice Mayor?
So just to verify, it's not additional costs, it's just clean up.
Yes, there's no additional cost. It was just we went over the $30,000 threshold, so that's why we're bringing it to you to get approval.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the contract with Nicholas Engineering for the amount of $32,070.
There's a motion by Councilman Roldan. Second by Councilwoman Gonzalez, also in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item number 4, discussion and possible action to approve resolution number 2022-010, resolution of the mayor and city council of City of Somerton declaring and adopting the results of the primary election held August 2, 2022.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This resolution declares and adopts the results of the primary election held in August 2nd, 2022. And I'll be reading the candidates that received the highest number of votes for the office sought. The following are Gerardo Anaya with 631 votes for mayor, Lorena Sendejas with 447 votes for council member, Juan Castillo with 427 votes for council member, Miguel Villalpando with 390 votes for council member, and Eddie Lopez with 285 votes for council member. All seats have been filled for the primary election, so therefore no general election will be required. Resolution number 2022-010 finds that Mayor Gerardo Anaya and council members elect are Juan Castillo, Miguel Villalpando, and Lorena Sendejas, and will take office in November of 2022. Congratulations.
Any questions? Any questions? No? Is there a motion? A motion by Councilwoman Gonzalez. Second by Councilman Galindo, also in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have 4 items in executive session, so we're gonna go to summary of current events and then go into meet for executive session.
And City Council, I continue working with various departments on many different projects. So we are moving forward many of these projects. I am also working with legal, economic development, and the clerk's office in reviewing all current permitting processes for public and private events that are held in our city facilities to ensure we are receiving all the information needed prior to issuing permits. I am also working with HR in finance department in creating a cross-training program to assist those key positions to have a backup staff member properly trained to fill these positions as the need arises. And also, according to the University of Arizona, the latest report at the end of last week, the test result for SARS-CoV that they're doing through our wastewater system continues at a level of concern 1, which requires a response action of enhanced awareness and recommends residents to continue wearing a mask and doing social distancing. So at this point, I will ask Community Development.
Mayor and Council, I just have 4 items to touch on current events. Number 1 is staff will be conducting a pre-development meeting this week with Housing America. Housing America is proposing a new 4-plex here on State Avenue, so some new multifamily options potentially coming to the city. Number 2, staff has finally finalized the review of the Regional Center for Border Health expansion, and the permit is finally ready for issuance. Number 3, staff continues the technical review of the Somerton 1898 subdivision, a 50-lot R15 subdivision to be developed between the new elementary school and the Yepco Industrial Park. And number 4 is that we have received a rezoning application for the small property to the south of the public safety facility to be rezoned from R3 to C2. So that will be coming for your review in the future. That is all, Mayor and Council.
Human Resources.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members. I didn't bring my notes tonight. I was working on other projects, so I apologize for that. Off the top of my head, we're still, many of the positions that we announced last time are still open and we're still recruiting for those. In particular, some key positions such as Parks and Recreation Director, Public Works Director, and code enforcement. We had a code enforcement specialist job posted. Since that initial recruitment phase, we decided that we were not targeting the right candidates to apply for that position. So we're renaming that job to a code enforcement officer. We believe that that job title will be more accurate and we'll get a different type of candidate to hopefully attract for that position. In addition to that, some of the other continuing positions that we're challenged with is filling the police officers, fire department, public works, water technicians, the water operators. We're still recruiting for those. And this particular week, we're going to interview for a street maintenance worker. We're going to interview for the administrative specialist for public works. And I think that's about it. So thank you.
Chief of Police.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. So we have one officer in the academy. We're going to be probably 3 short now that we have additional officers coming on board. We're still working on, we just hired 2 dispatchers, so we're going to begin training on them next week. And we are focused, all our hands-on, everybody pretty much is working on getting everyone on board, working along with human resources for the new hires. We have a 911 project with the county that we're working on. It's a 911 integration system. So a new installation is going to be done at that station. We have had personnel from the 911 staff installing servers, wires, and whatnot to get that running up in September. Also, our National Guard continues to be housed at our department. We have 2 young ladies and a gentleman, a sergeant, that have joined us and continue to work and help us with entering of all the data that we have for animal control. And we are asking the public to remember to secure your pets, your animals. I have asked the animal control officers to begin additional enforcement. We are getting a lot of animals out in the morning hours when the children are going out to school, when the community citizens are out there exercising. So we're making additional enforcement on that. So just remember, keep that in mind to the public. And then we have also extended the hours of coverage to be able to have animal control officers out there a little bit more. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Economic Development.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council members. Today I spoke with the owner of the new drive-through car wash coming soon. I will be meeting with the owner next Thursday to plan a possible ribbon cutting. So we're on those stages right now. And that, as you know, the car wash will be located on 611 East Main Street. Tomorrow, along with Forefront ED team, we will be meeting with Rudy Andrade, Undersecretary of Economy and Innovation of the State of Baja California, and with David Perez Tejeda, Director of Binational Affairs of the State of Baja California, to explore collaboration opportunities between our city and the State of Baja California, among other topics in the meeting. We are also working with the Mayor's Bike Ride Committee. The event will be Saturday, October 22nd. This is a Parks and Rec with Economic Development joint effort because we are trying to have a different approach this year, engaging more of the tourism sector binationally, not just here in Yuma. Thank you.
Parks and Recreation.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. Recreation, Heritage Pool, we're open Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 9 for open swim. We're not getting very many pool parties or any other activity at the pool right now, so we're towards the end of the season, so we thought we'd open it up 2 more days a week just to see if we can get some activity there. Basketball league is scheduled the first week of September to conclude, including playoffs. The fall soccer registration is closed now. We had enough kids We're about 195 kids to make 24 teams. And last night, tonight are drafts. So we'll be starting that league pretty soon. Parks, the RFP, we had a pre-bid on August 9th. We had 3 contractors show up for the meeting, which is encouraging. And the bid opening is August 23rd. We have a problem with the splash pad over at Joe Munoz. The PLC is out. It's older, so we're trying to work with the manufacturer, trying to see get a solution to get it up and running again. Special events, there are 2 more UTV registration events, including this Friday at 85350, and then September 9th at Wheezy's in the foothills. And the day of the event is September 24th. The senior center is still closed. We're monitoring clients and hope to be reopened soon. And we have a Parks and Rec Commission meeting tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Thank you.
Fire Department.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. So finally, the part for the fire engine came in last week. It was delivered from Phoenix. We took it to the repair shop. And unfortunately, we got a phone call saying that after they opened the transfer case that connects to the pump for the engine is also damaged and needs to be replaced. Battalion Chief Carlos was looking for a code, and the latest one that we got is for $30,000 for a new pump. And it's 12 weeks out before we can actually get one. So that's the status on the engine 1. On September 7th, they're going to be traveling to Washington to pick up the new ambulance that was remounted. After it gets here into town, we have to get a license plate registration, get all the equipment involved, and then we have to call Arizona Department of Health Service for an inspection. They'll come down, inspect it, and then they give us a certification, and it becomes officially an ambulance. There were no major issues to report on this weekend with the storms that we had. There was a minor accident at one of the time when the storm was going on, but it was out in the county, Avenue B in County 19, and it was a non-injury accident. And we continue to be 1 position short on the floor and then 1 position in administration. Thank you.
Finance Department.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members. First, I would like to thank Carmen for her assistance in with the ambulance billing MOU. We met with Amanda Aguirre last week, and we are moving forward on the MOU. There was a little bit of miscommunication with regards to who was doing what. However, all those details have been, they seem to have come together so that we can have something for you all soon. The billing specialist position has already been transferred over to finance. All that has been established. We're working on formal policies and procedures. Those should be completed in the next week or 2, as well as putting together all the HIPAA standards for and making sure that we're meeting all those federal and state regulations. We are working with the Access and the other insurance companies to get all the contracts in place. So we hope to have that all finalized in the next couple of weeks. So there's more to come on that. I'm also working with the Yuma County Water Users Association and formalizing our process for the water conversions. You'll have a presentation for the next council meeting to inform you what the status is there. And we're working on closing the fiscal year with the final adjustments and getting our auditors a final trial balance so they can start working on our audit. And more to come. Thank you.
From the Public Works Department, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council, we have the Valley Vista Water Project. This is a project that is almost completed. The only pending item to complete is the concrete encasing of the main drain crossing and the submittals for the as-built pressure and disinfection test reports. We also have the 1 million gallon water tank project. The tank roof has been installed, as well as the overflow and the inlet pipes inside the tank. Stick floor has been cleaned and is ready for the sandblasting. Steel, I should say steel, it's not steel. Parkview Commerce Center project, the construction of the infrastructure actually started yesterday. The contractor began with the sewer improvements and started the excavation of the sewer gravity line. That's all we have.
Thank you. Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Just a reminder that we have our vaccine clinic this Thursday at 3 p.m. from 3 to 6 at the Cultural Center. Also, I already submitted the event form for the next food drive, which will be held on September 10th at the community center, looking at 6 or 7 a.m. start time until everything finishes. That's it.
Councilwoman Castillo.
I have nothing.
Councilwoman Sendejas.
I have nothing.
Vice Mayor.
Nothing, Mayor. Thanks.
Councilman Galindo.
Nothing.
Nothing, Mayor. Yeah. Tomorrow, like Marlene mentioned, the representatives from the government of Baja California are going to be here at 11 at City of Yuma City Hall, and mayors, economic development directors, and city managers are gonna meet with them. So that's all that I have. Is there a motion to adjourn into executive session? So motion by Councilwoman Sendejas, second by Councilwoman Gonzalez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So we have four items. Obtain legal advice from city attorney.